Joey McGuire met with the local media ahead of their matchup against Kent State for Week 2. Most notably, a Behren Morton health update. Where does QB1 stand in the possibility of playing in Week 2 against the Golden Flashes? Plus, some other standouts for the Red Raiders in game number 1 and much, much more. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's RC Maxfield here for the Red and Black Report. And yes, I'm wearing the same thing as the previous video. It's Labor Day. 2 videos on Labor Day. Some people take it off. I actually did from the real job. But this one, there's no days off. And if you want 100% free content surrounding your Red Raiders, whether it's on the gridiron, hardwood, or anything in between, this is the place for you. All I ask you to do is simply like the video and hit that subscribe button. And hey, if you don't end up liking the channel, it's all right. I understand. Hit that subscribe button, give it a shot, and we'll go from there. All right, let's talk about Joey McGuire's presser, because the biggest news in really Texas Tech athletics right now is that of the injury status of Behren Morton. Where do we stand? And we'll jump right into it. Joey McGuire on Behren Morton's status for Week 2. He said, "We will play it day by day." He then went on to say, "If he feels great and is good to go, we plan on playing him." He did say, McGuire did, that he wants Morton to play because he is in such a good rhythm with Mac Leftwich, and he doesn't want to lose that. But, of course, he did go on to say this at the very end, Morton's health is the most important factor. So right now, he is day to day. That is pivotal for the Red Raiders. Now, McGuire did go into some details saying that, hey, maybe the best thing that could have happened to Behren Morton was that his ankle turned and it didn't get stuck in the ground, I should say. And there was no ligament damage. It was really a stinger aspect of it. There's some swelling and soreness. They'll play it day by day going into the game against Kent State. But again, they'll probably put him into 7-on-7 situations, put him into some practice type settings. And then if he feels good to go on Saturday, it sounds like QB1 could play against the Golden Flashes at 11 a.m. at Jones AT&T Stadium. I'll say this. If there is even a hint of soreness, do not play him. That's my opinion on this. This is one of those deals where I want to make sure Behren Morton is 100% healthy for that Big 12 opener out in Salt Lake City against Utah. That's what I want, okay? If he has to miss Week 2 and you have Will Hammond play against Kent State, so be it. And then Behren Morton comes back and he plays against Oregon State to have that week build up to the Utah game. That's what I think is probably the optimal scenario for the Red Raiders. That being said, though, if he goes through everything he needs to, the doctors clear him, he feels great, so does Joey McGuire, I don't see why you don't play him. But it's hard for me to believe after that hit that he sustained on Saturday that he could be 100% against Kent State. So if he's not 100% or if he's just like 80%, why not give him the extra week to make sure he's good to go, and then he can have that game rep live action type deal against Oregon State. All right. What stood out to Joey McGuire in terms of his key takeaways from the UAPB game? First and foremost, dominant win. That was one thing that they talked about ad nauseum this past week was we want to win in a dominant fashion. Dominant teams and really good teams dominate this type of competition. They did just that. He said the run game looked good. He was very happy with the wide receiver room, including the likes of the freshman Leighton Stone, Bryson Jones. He really, really likes those young wide receivers for Texas Tech. He also liked the fact that a lot of guys got to play. It was a little interesting in the second half due to the fact that there was only 8-minute quarters, but they did play a lot of guys, and that was something of a priority for the Red Raiders going into their Week 1 game. Now, the star position. This sucks. Mike Dingle, he got hurt, and it sounds like he is going to miss quite a bit of time, unfortunately. But this is the status of the star position right now, according to head coach Joey McGuire. John Curry will continue to start. McGuire did come in and say that he likes the fact that there is an experienced veteran behind John Curry. Obviously, that being A.J. McCarty, the former Baylor transfer, and a guy that actually has started at the star spot for the Red Raiders in the past. They are hopefully a week away from getting Marcus Ramon Edwards back, and he would be the third string star for the Red Raiders moving forward. He did mention, McGuire, that Oliver Miles III, Brendan Jordan have both played star if they absolutely needed them. He did say that the safety position on the Texas Tech roster, in terms of the secondary, I should say, is by far the deepest in terms of corner, safety, whatever it may be. He feels really good about the safety depth, but it is unfortunate what happened to Mike Dingle in the opener. Now, new guys really made an impact in this one. I'll tell you that. And McGuire was very, very high on them. But before we do that, got to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, homefieldapparel.com. Be sure to head on over to homefieldapparel.com. It will be down in the comments below. Go over there, check out their wide variety of vintage Texas Tech tees. They just dropped this cool 3-stripe crew neck. The wife doesn't know it yet, but that charge might be on the credit card. But I used RBR15 to save 15%. And you should too. So head on over to homefieldapparel.com and get your new favorite Texas Tech vintage t-shirt, hat, hoodie. They have socks, sweatpants, whatever it is Texas Tech vintage related, they've got you covered. And the best part about it, you can save 15% when you use the promo code RBR15. All right. New guys stood out to Joey McGuire. And there was a laundry list of them, right? Because you got quite a few new starters in terms of the portal. He mentioned he was very excited for Reggie Virgil having the first touchdown of the year. He loves the speed that he brings to the outside. Terrence Carter Jr. had 2 touchdowns, and he is just a matchup nightmare. He went in and was like, I don't know what people are going to do. Are they going to put a linebacker on him? If so, okay, well, he can be a wide receiver and beat you with his speed. If they put a corner, okay, he's physical enough to outman you and use physicality. But he is a great player, and he is going to be someone that Behren Morton loves over the middle of the field. The defensive line showed up quickly and often. Those front 4 guys, we got to figure out a nickname, Red Raider Nation, for those guys, because you got David Bailey, Lee Hunter, Skylar Gill Howard, and Romello Height. I don't know what you want to call them in terms of a great nickname. All those great defensive lines have had a nickname in the past. We'll have to figure that out. We'll workshop it here in the comments here of the RBR. But they got to the quarterback really quickly. And McGuire basically was hinting at, they probably would have had more sacks if it wasn't for the fact that UAPB knew they were coming after him and they were trying to get the ball quickly out of their quarterback's hands. He also mentioned Amir Boyd with the interception stood out. Cole Wisniewski stood out as well, not only on the defensive side, but special teams. It was very, very clear that these new guys that they targeted had great games in game number 1. They'll look to build on that going into week number 2. The final thoughts that kind of stood out to me from the McGuire presser going into week number 2 against Kent State was this, the run game thoughts, okay? He expected Cam Dickey and Jacoby Williams to show out. Cam Dickey led the way in rushing for the Red Raiders, 12 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Jacoby Williams had 8 for 56 in a tutty. His tutty was actually hurdling a UAPB defender, and it's funny. I should have mentioned this in the recap video that we had here on the channel, but Jacoby Williams was a 3-time winner in hurdles in high school. And Joey McGuire was telling a funny story about how he texted Jacoby Williams' high school coach and basically showed him the hurdle. And his high school coach said, hey, he was lagging his left leg back a little bit, giving a little bit of a hard time. But Jacoby Williams and Cam Dickey, they showed out. I mean, the only thing that I think those two have to get better at is pass protection. They're solid, but it's a massive drop-off going from Taj Brooks to those guys, in not a disrespectful way. It's just Taj Brooks was arguably the best pass pro running back that Texas Tech has ever had. I mean, he's really freaking good at it. Those guys will develop it. It'll take some time, but they're in a really good spot. McGuire also mentioned that Adam Hill weighed 231, and he went up to him before the game and said, hey, I want you to be a physical running back. I want you to go out there and lower your shoulders, run over a guy or two. And Adam Hill did that. So the running back room is in a good spot. But really the biggest thing in this video in terms of the takeaway that you need is that of the Behren Morton injury update. One more time, just in case you forgot what I said early on. McGuire said we will play it day by day, i.e. Behren Morton is a day-to-day type injury. But If Morton feels great and is good to go, we plan on playing him against Kent State. McGuire then went on to say, we're going to probably try and in some 7-on-7 stuff on Wednesday or Tuesday, excuse me. And then maybe on Wednesday, we try to get him in some practice. If he feels good Thursday, we'll go from there. But we'll keep it day to day. And he did mention he wants Morton to play because he is in such a good rhythm with Mac Leftwich. He doesn't want to lose that. But obviously, the most important aspect of things right now is that of Behren Morton's health. All right, that's going to do it for today's Texas Tech football injury update video. And thoughts headed into week 2. Football season is alive and well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm having a great time. I know y'all are too. 2 videos in one day. We don't stop here. It might be a holiday, but got to get you guys this information. And if you want more 100% free Texas Tech content year-round, whether it's on the gridiron, the hardwood, the portal, high school recruiting, we've got you covered. I mean, shoot, I just dropped a Texas Tech men's basketball video just a couple hours ago. You should go check that out. They just added to their roster. But if you want more of this type of content to join the largest group of Texas Tech fans on YouTube here on the Red and Black Report, this is the place for you. The best way to help support the channel is simply like the video and hit that subscribe button. Looking at you, 42% that don't subscribe. We got to be better. We got to be better. All right, I'll end it on that. I'm RC Maxfield reminding you, as always, stay safe and Recom Tech.